everybody, welcome back to my combine cab. I've been spending a lot of time in here lately. I've been in here every day for the past 10 days or so. Sometimes not all day, because we've had a couple of small showers that have either stopped us early in the day, or we've got going late in the day, one of the two. So yeah, as you can see, I'm cutting some wheat today, and no, it's going well. It's the spot rate is 12.5 tons to the hectare, but average over the field it's doing 10.74. So it's doing all right. It's going well. Yeah, this is a 29 hectare field, so should keep me busy for today. This is the biggest field we've got. Those big fields you can see in the distance, they're not ours. That's the neighbours. So yeah, in this video I was going to show a bit about the controls in here, what it all does, and that. So hopefully you might learn something. And yeah, so what else has been going on? YouTube going crazy, and yeah, loads of views, gaining loads of subscribers. Hit 2,000 subscribers yesterday, which is amazing. Chuffed to bits. Can't believe how quickly it's growing. Yeah, no, really pleased, and all the nice comments on that. Thank you for that. Really pleased with it. Things are going well. Everyone's really positive and that. Yeah, it's good. Yeah, no, I'm happy. I'm chuffed. Shocked about how many views I'm getting. It's crazy. But it seems like YouTube has just suddenly let loose on with my channel and just let it out, let it go. That's what it feels like anyway. So yeah, like I said, I'll show you a bit about the controls, stuff like that. We're 3/4 full now. Probably unload coming back up the hill. And that, yeah, so we had a bit of an issue yesterday evening with the combine. So I was watching JWB's video yesterday of he had a fire start under the in the chassis, I think, or under the cab on his fast track when he was baling. And yeah, no, I was thinking, you know, it's going to be a common thing this summer. You're going to have to keep things clean. And I blew the combine off yesterday morning, as I normally do, all around the engine and that. I actually done a full blow down yesterday, all the guards off, and cleaned it all right down, so she was spotless yesterday morning. And about 8 o'clock yesterday evening, I had a friend of mine in the cab with me, and I said to him, you know, can you smell smoke? And he said, yeah, I can smell smoke. And we thought, oh, maybe somebody's having a bonfire somewhere or something. It smelled a bit like that. And so we got out and had a look, and yeah, we had a bit of a fire going on in 3 different places. We had smouldering dust, so it wasn't like flames, but we had smouldering smoke. And yeah, it was a bit hectic for a short while. I was worried it was all going to burst into flames. We quickly got some water down there and just doused it all in water. Yeah, there was smouldering dust underneath the engine, or in the engine bay. Oh, we're full up. Right, back on again. Sorry about that, I had to answer a phone call. So, I was saying about the combine nearly catching on fire, wasn't I? Yeah, we basically we doused it all down with water, a lot of water. We took it over to a house next to the field, and we used this hose pipe to wash out all around the engine and that. So yeah, it was a bit scary for a bit, but we got it sorted. And so I'm probably going to have to start blowing off twice a day now. First thing in the morning, and sort of like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon as well. It's basically just because things are so dry. Some really fine dust about, and it gets to a certain temperature and it just starts smouldering. The other thing is the engineer come out this morning, and he sped up the fan. Crikey, Jeremy, you're gonna have it over the side. He's sped up the fan speed on the engine, so that'll keep the engine bay a lot cleaner. And yeah, so the fan was spinning at 500 RPM, and he's turned it up to 2,100 RPM. So just for this season, whilst we're getting these hot temperatures and real dry conditions, so that you can hear it over the combine now, the fan. That's the loudest thing. Sounds like I'm about to take off. There you go. It's a 14-ton trailer. I reckon he must have 15 ton of wheat on there, because it's heaped up and it's pretty heavy stuff as well. So yes, yeah, I might have to get out later and blow around the engine. Yeah, look, have a look at this one. Look at him, look. He's got the right idea. He's loving life. So yeah. What else is going on? Yeah, when the engineer came out this morning, he took my fridge away. I normally have a fridge down here, but it's packed up, so he's taking it away. He's going to either bring me back a new one or fix that one and bring it back. So yeah, I haven't got a fridge at the moment. Yes. I'll stick you on I'll move you over a bit. Well, I'll move you around a bit. Get around the back of me. Sort this camera out. I'll let you have a look in the grain tank for a minute. I want to do the windows a bit dirty. Should have cleaned the window first. It's pouring in there pretty quick. Because it's yielding well, which is surprising because this is on light ground. We thought that this would be really dry, so dry up here it wouldn't have yielded well, but it's got quite nice grains, nice colour on that. If you look to the left, you can see that like silver little unit. Little thing, it's like, it might be aluminium, not sure, but it's silver. Yeah, that's the moisture tester. I'm not sure if you can see, the grain's just trickling over it, and it's constantly taking a moisture test of the grain. Yeah, it's pretty clever. It's quite accurate as well, actually. It's accurate when you're in normal conditions anyway. When you're getting really wet grain, it's not very accurate then. Or if you get wet straw or stuff like that, it's it plays havoc with everything. So yeah, it's not taking long to fill up the tank. One run, it takes me from one end of the field to the other to fill the tank brim full. There we go, it's filling up. Mind you, there's a few shriveled grains in this one. There's a few shriveled grains there. In the first field I'd done, they were all nice grains. Yeah, we're cruising along at 5k, 4.5, 5k. Loving life. Yeah, I've got 2 tractors and trailers running, keeping them busy today. Oh, buddy, right. Let's have a look at this straw. Well, see if there's any grain in the straw. It's quite windy out here. As you can see, it's stripping off all the grains off the heads nicely. Oh, the straw's quite smashed up actually. Might have to back off on the concave a bit. Have a look in here, shall we? Right. There's a few grains in there. I have been going along at about 5k, so to be expected, but there's not many grains considering we've taken a 30-foot cut. They say that's not too bad. Not too bad at all, eh, buddy? Any grain out here that's come off the sieves. A couple of tiny little crappy ones. I'm actually just waiting for grain cart, that's why I've stopped. Yeah, I definitely need to back off on the straw a bit. Smashing it up. And have a look back here. Come on, buddy, don't run off. Oh, it's dusty. Yes. There's quite a few in that one, but you know. Like I said, not many considering how much crop's going through there. Come on now, buddy, let's get back in. Toilet break over. Hello. Okay, so it's going to re-record this bit because last week when I done it, it didn't record the audio, so we'll give it another go. We're actually on the 2nd of August now, Thursday the 2nd. And I'm still cutting wheat. Not got a great deal left now. And that, so yeah, I was just going to run through the controls on this machine. Yeah, so once again it is John Deere T670i with a a 30-foot X header. So, right, yeah, so we'll start with the joystick. Obviously, you can see you got 1, 2, 3 here. So, number 1 is to lift the header up, and I can adjust the height that it comes up to. Number 2 is to go down for regular work height, and I can adjust that height on this little knob here. I can adjust that, and then there's number 3 is another preset height for cutting flat stuff, and you know, you also have your real preset set in as well for that as well. And then that one there is resume button for auto steer. So when you're coming up to your work, you press that and it'll lock onto that white line there, or any blue one, but whichever one you're closest to will highlight white and it will lock onto the white one. So yeah, on the top there's emergency stop button, so you bash that and it'll cut out the header, and the forward speed will stop moving as well. So yeah, we don't really want to touch that one right now. Moving on, we've got, starting from this left, reel movement, so reel down, reel up, reel out, reel in. That one's nice and simple. And to set where you want the reel, you basically put it in and set it to where you want it, and then you hold in the preset button, a bit like setting a radio station, until it saves where you want it. So then next time you press 2, it will go straight to that position. And then this one here is for the main header control: up, down, tilt to the right, tilt to the left, and that. Yeah, so, and then we got unloading spout out, unloading spout in, unload on and off on that button. So yeah, and obviously I use this for forward and reverse. It's basically hydrostatic, where that's neutral, forward is to go forwards, backwards is for backwards. It's easy as you could get. And then along here we've got header switch on and off, and separator on and off. So when I say separator, I mean like the main combine unit. So I'm just trying to concentrate a little bit, because since we had some wind and rain on Sunday, it knocked the crop about a bit. So we got some bits that are leaning over. It's all leaning over a bit, so I've got to pay attention. It's not feeding as well as if it would be if it was all stood nicely upright, which it was before Sunday, annoyingly, but hey-ho, we can't have it all sunshine. Got to have some wet days, I guess. We can't complain this summer. Yeah, so that's that. That's an auto button for Harvest Smart. So you press that, and then the combine will control the forward speed, which you can adjust on the screen to what preferences you want, whether you want it to run by losses or basically pressure. You know how full the combine is. So yeah. I'm just got to the end. Yeah, so I just press number 1 to lift the header up. Then I press auto for auto steer, number 2 to go down, and then we're going to go back into our work. I'll press. I'm nearly full, so yeah, I won't unload just yet. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, that was Harvest Smart. That's header height. That knob there, that's reel speed. Speed up and slow down the reel. And then moving back over here, we've got revs, so engine revs, which is basically tick over mid revs and high revs. Obviously I have it in high for working and on the road. We've got park brake, first gear, second gear. So yeah, obviously we have it first gear for in the field and second gear for on the road. We've got diff lock, which very rarely use, especially this year. The only time I've ever really used diff lock is if I'm trying to drive up a bank or something and the wheel starts spinning. So yeah, we've got that highway button there, which is for when you're on the road. So you press that in, it lights up, and it will stop any hydraulics from working, like the unloading order or anything like that coming out whilst you're going along the road. That one is quick button for bin lids. So I press that, that screen comes up, and yeah, I can press these buttons to operate the bin lids. Putting the unloader out so that I can unload before I get to the end of the field. Yeah, so that one's for the airline, the compressor. Just turn the airline on. Yeah. Right, so yeah, so now I'm going to press this button here to start unloading. I'll let Jeremy unload his own. He'll load his own trailer. Don't have to worry about him. He sorts his own speed out. Whereas the students, I have to load their trailers for them. They just drive at a set speed, and I speed up and slow down. To load the trailer, right? Where was I? Lift that header up a bit. Yeah, so we've got this control panel on the side. Basically loads of quick buttons, like for the bin lids, similar as bin lids. Loads of header settings there. We've got drum speed, concave clearance, fan speed, sieve settings. We've got, I don't know what that one is. Maybe for a draper header, maybe. Oh, that one's for the vanes on the back for when I'm chopping straw. Just stopping unloading. Put the spout away. Yeah, so, and then that's all just scroll and tick buttons for the screen, because you've got like little letters here, H, I, J. They're just quick buttons for the screen. Scroll and tick to get through the menu, even though it's all touch screen. Don't really need to use that. But maybe if you had a different screen in it here that wasn't touch screen, I guess that's when you use that. And then we got climate control, and fan and temperature. We've got Bluetooth, hands-free and radio controls there, hazard lights, flashing beacons, auto flashing beacons for when I'm full up. Well, when I'm 3/4 they'll flash intermittently, and then when I'm full they'll flash all the time. Back of the header lights they are, and this is for the Hillmaster controls to work the Hillmaster. So yeah, I think I will do. I'm going to run out of time, so pretty sure I only had about 10 minutes spare in my video. Otherwise, it was going to be over half an hour. So I will show the screen controls in my next harvest video, which will probably be the last one of this summer. I'll do it when I'm just finishing or something. And that. So yeah. Right. You'll probably go back to next week now. I'll catch you in a bit. Bye. So just quickly before I go home, I'll quickly show this part. So I forgot to earlier. Yeah, this is the little pillar display. So starting at the top on the left, that's how much engine power we're using, engine temperature, fuel as in diesel, and blue. So I've just filled up the diesel because I've just serviced before I'm going home, ready for tomorrow, because I've got doing a contract job tomorrow, so I had to blow down and service this evening. Yeah, so, and then 1200 is engine RPM, so when I rev her up, that goes to, well, it normally sticks about 2200, or yeah, 2340. Alright, well when I'm combining, that stays at 2200, and then yeah, park, forward speed, and that's feeder house height, that number there. If I put the feeder house down, that figure goes down, and so does that bar of white bars. That goes up, and then that's all the way up. Yeah, so then that's something to do with level, how level the header is. And then below that we've got returns. That's returns on that side, how much returns I've got going in. So it's coming off the sieves and returning up to the main drum. Yeah, so that indicates how much returns I've got. And then this bit is for losses. So I've got sieve losses and straw walker losses, and then it adds them together and gives you a gauge of how much your losses are all combined in the middle. So yeah, that's everything on that. Well, there's warning. If I've got any warnings, they'll flash up there, stuff like that. Yeah, so pretty straightforward. So there you go. I hope you found that interesting. I hope you learned something. Hey buddy. Yeah, so until next time. I'll try and do another live stream sometime in the next few days. I haven't got a very good phone signal down here, so otherwise I would have probably already done one. But yeah, when I get some better phone signal, I will do it, because it was quite good the other day. Got loads of questions. I'll get a better camera mount as well for this time. Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna quickly go and get the airline out and quickly blow around the engine before it catches fire again, and which is gonna be lovely because it's like 28.5 degrees outside. So we'll quickly go and do that and then get back in the cold. And yeah, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks for all the comments and that. Do keep subscribing. Anybody that hasn't already subscribed, please do subscribe. Be much appreciated. Okay, I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.